There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
Hello and welcome to Benjamin Zulu Global Show. My name is Sylvia Kiremi and today's topic is so inspiring, so thrilling. We are talking about the subtle behaviors of serial cheaters you're likely to miss before you marry. What could be worse than marrying wrong? I can't imagine what that would be. But before he even talks to us about that, I would like to share something amazing I've also received, and the insights inside are just amazing. So Benjamin Zulu has written books, and today's book is Lasting Love. I believe it's a book you want to see because the insights inside are something you don't want to miss. When you marry, when you're planning to get married, when you're in love, this is something you just want to go with. So besides the good teachings that we get on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all the platforms that he's in, he's also writing amazing books, a book you should get, The Lasting Love. So Benjamin Zulu,
Yes.
to answer.
Yes, so I think it's a terrible thing when you sign up with a serial
I can imagine.
repeating cheater. So
Yeah.
how many cheatings are forgivable anyway?
Do you even forgive for real?
You know,
Something so hard to do.
that's one of the sticky questions people grapple with.
Yeah.
We hope you never have to deal with it because it's like a car accident. I mean, a car accident, you want to survive.
You don't even know if you'll survive it.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's what we have always told people. When your partner betrays you, it's usually like a bang, and it comes in many shapes and forms. It can be, many people think affairs must have the physical intimacy,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just, somebody said, when a woman learns that the man has cheated, her first question is, do you love her? When the man learns that she has cheated, his first question is, did you sleep with him?
And they don't forgive.
So it's like men are going so much into the sex first, women are going to the love first.
Yes, that's
You know?
true.
You
Come
know?
to think of it. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's not this person who values so much of what did you give? Your heart? What did you give? Your body? So this one looking at your heart, your body. So let's not try to limit affair only to the cheating physically, because when the woman discovers that you are cherishing another, you may not even have met,
Yeah.
but you're giving the same affection you give to me
Yeah.
to another.
Yeah.
Does it matter now what you have done or what you have not done before? After that, it's like you've transferred yourself energetically.
Yeah.
Women are very emotionally attuned to the status of things,
True,
to
true.
the status of their relationship,
Yeah.
how valued they are, how important they are to you.
Yeah,
In
sure.
fact, because she migrates from her people and to your house, her security depends on the status of this thing.
Yeah. True.
You know, she's only a foreigner here. You know, and this culture gets children and they're named after the guy. So she's only one with funny names here. You know.
Everybody changes their name, you know.
You know, so a lot of her security, and it depends a lot on how secure she feels. And brothers, if you want to know whether a woman will marry you, whether she has chosen, is when she says, "I feel safe with you." So stop going so far into "I love you to death," because sometimes we should say it. Crazy love is sometimes a trauma response.
Yeah.
You don't want to be crazily in love. I hope you're done with rounds of madness, of going away
Yeah.
into mad love,
Yeah.
then wasting, doing wrong things and realizing I never even felt safe with him.
Yeah, true.
I was so much in love, but I was not safe. I was so much compelled. So we are discussing the problem that everybody hopes they never have to deal with. So this topic, we discuss it with tongue in cheek, just hoping it's just for your friends. We are advising you to advise your friends.
Yeah. I'm also getting a lot.
We are hoping you not have to deal with it in your space. But the reason we take car insurances, while we are also hoping we won't have accidents.
Yeah. getting ready for anything.
Let's take this an insurance cover. So the good thing with today's subject, it takes preventative measure. We are starting from how to speak them before they do that to you. But the subject of affairs and cheating by itself is very triggering. The reason we wrote books like this, Healing My Inner Self, to commence your best life, was when we realized that some people commence their best life after their worst pain, after a lot of letdowns. So serial cheaters will give you subtle signs. Sigmund Freud, that great psychologist, said human beings can't hide their motives. If they don't speak with their mouth, their body will show it.
Yeah.
If they don't gesture with their hands, their feet will gesture.
True.
Something will give you a clue. May not be detailed, but there will be a clue.
Something will just come up.
You only need to listen.
Yeah.
You only need to watch. So when you are considering and evaluating the person, look for the following signs before you even sign up.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes people can change. There are two reasons we have discovered people do change in a way that you would not have foreseen. One of it is change in financial fortunes. When people you married when they were humbled by circumstances of
true colors come out.
Luck, that time you don't tell, they can be very cooperative. People can be very simple and down to earth and genuine and sincere and contrite when they are small.
I can imagine how heartbreaking it would be when this person changes after.
Yes, then you climb, you build money, your fortunes change. The person sees so many doors. They feel like this is confining life. Now that they have options. That is one of the unpredictable things, because we marry to try and improve our lives, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then when we improve, the improvement makes you turn on me. That's a bit right. So that's one circumstance. The other circumstance that people tend to change is when they have unhealed trauma. You can see it, they can see it, but you underestimate it.
Yeah.
When people are weighed down by the abandonment, the trauma, the self-esteem that was crushed, the confidence that was crushed, the violations that happened, the abandonment, when people are not fed with love. And then you meet and they keep telling you, the first person to ever make me feel important. A person should have made themselves feel important before you do it.
True, sure.
Stop having this we call it a messiah complex of saving people. You can't feel like you are the one to make them want life. You are not the second messiah. Let the savior be the savior.
Be the savior.
Don't assist.
Yeah.
You're saving people. And usually save people because of your own fear of abandonment. You think if you become the only one who did that to them, that they'll never leave you.
Yeah.
You don't know that you are actually entering a group that we must leave. You're entering a parental group.
Yeah.
And parental groups, we rebel from them. At teenage or somewhere in adulthood, we leave. So this person will still leave you. So we are saying, apart from the inevitable, the financial change of fortunes and the trauma that is unhealed. And people don't change on you because they finally healed. They change on you because they finally collapsed from the unhealed trauma that they suppressed for so long. And they have to force themselves to stay with you because something in them keep self-sabotaging. Trauma becomes an inner voice, an inner critic, an inner condemnation. I hope parents know that the way you talk to your children becomes their inner voice.
They carry it all along.
Becomes they actually don't remember you. It just becomes how they talk to themselves.
Yeah, true.
Remember that every time you're trying to call your child a name. Every time you're shouting to your child.
Yeah.
Every time you are angry with, and when they are young, they're very annoying. Because they're very impatient.
Yeah.
They're waking up at night for food and they're screaming like they're dying.
I want chapati.
Weird food at weird hours.
Yeah.
Now you have to negotiate why you can't do chapati at 12 midnight. The shops must open tomorrow when mom goes to shop.
I want apples at midnight.
They dreamt with apples.
Apples, and that's what they want. Not oranges. The oranges are there.
Now you have to make a case for the ugali.
Yeah.
So they can be annoying. They can be triggering.
Yeah.
Children can be, but if you find yourself screaming, remember, this is just a bundle of emotions. They have not even developed a willpower. They have not even developed awareness of the world.
Yeah.
If you do not equip yourself, unfortunately, we don't equip ourselves for life. We only learn through trial and error, and we make so many errors. Sometimes we damage the ones we're trying to grow up with.
Yeah, sure.
when you become a parent, if you're intentional about parenting, learn, attend conferences, do podcasts, buy books. Don't be careless. This life you are shaping, the voice you use, the time you show up. I don't understand how men who told us to stay away until children sleep. These children, you need to see them, talk to them, mold them. There's something about just the child waiting to see you, and they're so happy. Children rejoice so much when you have a bond with them. Even when they're months old, you don't need to wait until they're so grown.
And they're the only people who will celebrate you genuinely.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Those are the only guys who don't have conflict of interest.
Exactly.
You know?
That's the word.
I just want you to remember that. So the first time you're going to see early during dating, aside from the two things that you can't foresee, and the ones that you can't foresee, we said, do your due diligence, get the right paperwork in place, secure the foundation, and if in Psalms, when the foundations are shaken, what shall the righteous do? When the foundations are shaken, make sure you are right. Make sure your standing is right.
Yes.
Don't compromise the foundations are shaking when you're nowhere. You are going to experience a travesty of a lifetime. Don't sell on credit. Just do the things the right time. When the person switches on you, the betray, you'll have grief without guilt.
Sure.
You did your part, you gave your all the work. You will cry for a moment, for a while, and pick up yourself. And it could be the second marriage, Ruth of the Bible, the second marriage, Bathsheba, the second marriage, you know, Abigail. It could be the second one that gives you destiny. When people leave you when you're innocent, the forces of nature, divine grace will be on your side. You will heal and get a better life after that. Just remember that. So the first sign when you're with a person and you know this person who cheat repeatedly is when they have always had sexual supply.
All right.
This seems innocent, doesn't seem chaotic.
All right.
You're likely to overlook it. And we said subtle, the ones that are not obvious. When a person has always had sexual supply in form of a relationship, form of friends, benefit, something, you can see somewhere there for sexual supply. It means they've never known restraint, self-restraint. They've never known delayed gratification.
All right.
It means they have never known managing your vessel, possessing your vessel in honor. They have always had to do something illicit to satisfy their needs. So illicit sex is normal to them. That's how illicit sex inside marriage will also be normal.
All right.
Remember this. Illicit sex and licit sex don't feel the same.
Repeat
Sex
that again.
before marriage and sex inside marriage don't feel the same.
Yeah.
The one that is outside marriage is always illicit, and people know it, particularly when you are conscious, when you are intentional and you are not going by impulse. Some people live by impulse.
Yeah.
They refuse any kind of learning and growing, so they live like animals. Those ones, they're not even in touch with their conscience. They have refused any form of wisdom or obeying or anything. And most people who follow or discuss the kind of discussions we are discussing, they have a conscience. They are cognizant of their destiny and healthy living and a purpose and having a healthy relationship. So if you're looking for a healthy relationship, look for a person who has had a period when all they could do was self-control.
True.
All they could do was wait. All they could do was remove their mind from those things. In fact, every person who has lived right, they know at times they could not eat certain foods, hang around certain people. And those who went to public universities will tell you the madness on the weekend. Sometimes you just leave because you don't want those triggers.
Exactly. I know.
You know? But a person who's not trying to resist any temptations who are falling for everything. What about when temptations come later? So a person who has always had sexual supply is a danger because one, they cannot, when you will not be able to supply them, they will get it somewhere. That is one problem.
True.
The second problem is they have taught their feelings to get gratified every time they're excited. Every time they find somebody flirting with them, inviting them, they don't know how to say no. And people who will be inviting them for affairs will go increasing the more your status, the two of you, improves.
Yeah.
We have women who specialize on seducing married men. Because a woman just wants the package.
And they never saw them when they were single.
Yes. In fact, they say, we don't want the goat wife to leave. Because you don't want the whole man.
Yeah.
we can't handle him.
Why?
He is too heavy. We cook for him, be there for him, encourage him, dream with him. Too much work.
You want someone else to do that work?
Yes, just keep him there as we just pick the fruit.
He's so selfish.
Pick the money.
Really.
So I saw one of them conversing. Stop leaving. We don't want the marriage.
Yeah.
Hold him there. We want all of you. You, the wife, together, the children at home. Take care of it as we just siphon the benefit.
There's another one I saw, and it was saying, no, the good wife was calling the side chick and telling them, today I know he's there. Please keep him there because I have to go out. Now I think this collaboration nowadays,
people joke
getting crazy.
too much.
People joke too much. Yeah.
So this is to tell you that how does this cascade? It is just lack of discipline, just lack of moral compass. If your person does not have sacredness around the area of sex, hey, particularly brothers, because ladies have trivialized sex. They keep asking me weird questions. 28, mother of one, where can I find quality men? Where did you leave the one you got a child with?
He was quality at some point.
You know? Women have not understood that one man's meat is another man's poison.
Yeah.
That just that imagination that another man was here is a put off. And to imagine that another man was here, he planted his seed that matured all the way to harvest. That is another put off.
Yeah.
When we tell you men are physical, you usually just view it shallowly. Women all over the world are making that mistake. You view very shallowly. You keep tripping on them. You know the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
And you think it's just a tip. That is a whole mountain just under the sea.
Yeah.
The principle that if you're hoping to get married, women, listen to me. Preserve yourself. When you sleep with a boyfriend, you are cheating on your husband.
Oh, sure. The future husband.
Yes.
All
and
right.
you may never get him. Whatever you abuse, you lose. Continue misbehaving, saying we are in a committed, serious. You know, you have women have a lot of adjectives to describe their misbehavior.
Yeah.
Whenever they say that, they're usually justifying crossing boundaries.
Yeah.
It's as good as we are already. We'll expound next time that even when you're sleeping with the same man in relationship, after you get married, the texture of the sex changes. The feeling changes.
Yeah.
The other one was taboo, stolen bride.
Yeah.
This is official me.
I want to hear more of this. I want
Yes. When you transfer now to the official table, when we are, this person has never learned how to build up. It was stolen, so just meet and smash and
yeah.
that'd
And
be a
wipe
meeting
and go.
Yes. And it was a conspiracy against the world.
Yeah.
And it was secrecy. Now, the right form of intimacy is supposed to come from a place of raw desire, admiring the person. It's poetic, it's mutual, it's nuanced, it's work.
Yeah.
It starts out there. It doesn't start in the bedroom in the dark corner. It starts with mental.
Yeah.
It's a mental seduction. True sex between true lovers is a build-up.
Yeah.
And it is an atmosphere of playfulness and invitation. The one you do before you're supposed to be doing it does not have that because it's hidden.
It's hidden, so it's quick,
Yes.
fast, and go.
Yes. And it's not even deep, it's more physical. So the first thing is when you meet a person whose language of restaurant delayed gratification, they just call it dry spell. Even the language they use tells you a lot. They call discipline dry spell. It's a spell, it's a short period of deprivation. Then they always have availed themselves of sex and they regard themselves almost like sex animals. I can't live like that. I'm a woman, me too, woman, I must. Brother, be very careful when a woman is swearing that she must always have sex somewhere. Seasons will come when you get a problem, stressful problem, grief problem, distance problem, money problem, something problem, crisis problem. And 2 weeks go, 1 month go, 2 months go, and you cannot show up there in that space.
Yeah.
She must be getting it from somewhere there.
You know, I saw a certain trending story about someone talking about that how they have abstained, and it's such a big deal to people. Actually, how is she able to deal with dry spell? I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's not a spell.
How is that? How is
Spell.
that even a story? How is
Let me tell you, because people have forsaken the purpose of God. And they say in Isaiah 30, it says, woe to the obstinate children who form alliances but not of my spirit, to heap sin upon sin. They say to the prophet, don't confront us with the truth about the Almighty. Preach to us pleasant things. Don't tell us those uncomfortable things about sex or self-control. So they have taken back. They say, this is my body. God said, your body is my temple. He said, no, my body is mine. You, God. Who is God?
Yeah.
So it's foreign when you live in honor to the higher order.
Yeah.
To the world is foreign because they have surrendered themselves that way.
Exactly.
The way that leads to destruction is very broad. It's very common. It's very popular. The way that leads to truth is very narrow.
Yeah.
When you live right, expect to be in the minority. And expect to be looked down upon as if you're funny.
As if you're weird.
You know? And let me tell you, one teacher told us that if you can manage your appetite for food and your appetite for sex, life itself will give itself to you.
True.
Life will give itself to you. The most powerful compulsive desires to control are those dopamine thrill of food and dopamine thrill of sex. Dopamine comes from also gaming, from many other things.
Yeah.
But the moment you can control it in these two appetites, the two stomachs, you know, this is what we are saying. When you see a person who has never had a period when they had to delay gratification, that is a problem.
Yeah.
The second sign that you're marrying a potential a serial cheater in the waiting. And this one is difficult one because it is possessed by good people. Is when they are not aware, when they are not conscious of the games the opposite sex plays, the games played by the opposite sex.
Okay.
Sometimes your partner doesn't cheat because they are bad. They cheat because they're not careful.
I'm trying to think about that.
Sometimes your partner doesn't initiate the affair. They just don't know at what point to draw the boundaries. They become the target. They are targeted themselves, even when they are innocent.
All right.
And when they become a resource, you know, when you become a well-collected woman, there are men who now become obsessed with you.
Yeah.
You go to work innocently trying to work, and somebody never leaves you alone.
True.
You're married with children, you're living your life, and something is obsessed. Somebody is here obsessed.
Very obsessed, yeah.
So do you need to pursue that man for you to cheat? It only needs you to slightly lower your boundaries. For example, ask them for assistance. You know,
they're available.
They are waiting for you to ask for anything. So your guy might be low on money. You as a family may be low on money. And you ask, you loan me some 50, don't worry, even returning. You ask for 50, we'll give you 100. So you sort.
Yeah.
What has happened there? You have not even seduced anyone. You just know he always after you.
Yeah.
And you opened the door a little.
Just a little.
And they got their foot inside. A person who's not consciously keen on the games played by the opposite sex. Life itself will bring the temptations there. And when they don't know to hurt the feelings of other people, to protect the marriage you have, they'll cheat.
All right.
If a person tells you, no, I can't tell him that way, I may hurt him.
I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
And brothers, I want to tell you, this is a test. So that you stop joking. Men joke a lot. They marry a woman who allows them to sleep with them. It's very stupid. I don't know why we do that. You need a woman who can return money when she's broke.
Yeah.
Brother, the real thing you'll be struggling with this woman is not whether she can allow you to sleep with her during dating. Don't be so cheap, bro.
Yeah.
Can she decline money from a wealthier guy than you when you as a couple, you're down financially? You have spent all your money purchasing something and you're on a dry spell financially for some 2-3 months. You're scraping by. And there's a guy driving a Porsche machine who keeps offering her lift, free lunches.
Targeting your woman.
Can she say no and actually put it like she can even risk her job to say no to those advances? That's the test, bro. Stop these other nonsenses here. I don't know who told us that. I pity men. Good-hearted men are putting the wrong tests.
It's happening every day.
They're putting the wrong test.
Yeah.
Check how firm she is with her principles. Actually, by the time you find a clean woman, she'll have dealt with these things I'm telling you already.
Yeah, true.
Anytime men realize that this is a single lady who's not married, they think this is an open place for them to come and harass and pressure and pester. Even when they are married, when they are whatever, they will come and, indirect favors, all this. She will just be innocently trying to do her life. Somebody's already trying to draw his lines and his advances. You need to find a woman who can resist temptation, can resist advances from men, even when the advances come with a lot of material benefits. And you as a woman, you need a man, because men, again, we are very naive to the games women play. They were discussing the women who do cleaning in houses.
Yeah.
And the women were saying the games they play, particularly on bachelors. When it's a bachelor, there's no other woman to pull your hair.
True. Yeah. There's freedom.
And she was saying they usually dress suggestively and behave suggestively. Many of these bachelors, if he is living, he may be very easily excitable because he's not married.
Yeah.
And they're saying he would not think I'm making the moves, but I know how I'm making him feel. Me, I make him feel a certain way, and I know when he feels a certain way, he'll make the moves. Thus, is the man conscious that women can make indirect moves? Indirect moves.
He should be, but it's difficult.
And it can just come from the way she hands you a cup of coffee with a look. Nothing directly criminal.
Yeah. Innocent criminal.
Nothing outrageous.
Yeah.
But very suggestive.
Yeah.
Can you detect when a lady is always asking for your assistance? You in particular, when she could have asked for, because seduction has moved past direct, I like you or this.
Yeah, yeah.
I miss you. No, it has moved past that.
Yeah.
It's when they throw themselves at your hands for you to help them. It's when they nominate you to be the one their son wants to be mentored by.
Yeah, and men want to feel important.
Yes. The women who go that indirect to cause the feelings.
Yeah.
And they have a particular dress code when they're around you. And another one for the rest of the world.
Definitely.
And they know what causes a reaction.
Yeah.
And women are so perceptive. Even the tone of your voice when you're interested, they can pick it.
They can tell apart.
Yes. They can say the hello, that they can see how you treat, they can see how you, they can see. My mentor told us that I want you to marry a woman to whom you can become a student of the female world.
Okay.
Marry a woman who you can let her to be your teacher about the female games. So that's, if you don't marry a woman whose intellect you respect enough to teach you the games women play, you will fall.
Okay.
It was a group of 10 of us, and he believed all of us are going to be great men. Said, if you follow the teaching I've given you, the work ethics, the diligence, the patience, the financial disciplines, you will go far. Even if you don't become global sensational figures, in your immediate community, you will be significant. And that is enough to attract temptations.
Yeah.
In the churches you go, in the communities you belong in larger families, you'll be respected. What will that translate to? She said, a house help will be hired by your wife and she'll be trying to seduce you.
True.
You'll have an innocent workforce. You're doing meetings, trying to work, and among them there's a lady who fantasized you all night.
True. Sure.
See, sometimes a woman picks that before you on a text. How the frequency at which the person is calling.
Yeah.
Why they're consulting you more than.
Exactly.
Why it's them who. And you think she's overreacting.
She's.
Said, if you don't trust your woman to teach you, you're finished. And he told us to risk what he had risked with his wife.
Yeah.
He said, I took a dangerous decision. And I said, as far as other women are concerned, my wife is always right. If she ends up being wrong, we better be wrong when I'm on her side than to be right when I'm not on her side.
That is new.
He said, when it comes to other women and what they might be doing, when my wife advises, because she's also decent, she doesn't want to be pushy.
Yeah.
She just suggests, and I pick her suggestion and ride with it. I don't pick. I had seen some of his radical things he was doing, and I wanted explanation. He couldn't carry a woman when he's the only one in the car, whether it's day or night. He couldn't ride. If there was a lady to ride with, he would bring another guy for them to be three in the car. Something I thought is extreme. What's the wrong? We are going same direction. He said the car is such an enclosure, it's almost a bedroom, and somebody can play their games there and can even trap you into scandals, even when you're innocent.
Yeah.
This era of AI, be careful, because if people just capture one photo, they can edit a certain way, and you will not convince the world. They can even blackmail you with it. Do this or else.
Yes. Or else I give them out.
You know? It's to say.
And then internet never forgets.
Yeah. And some people have been looking for a rumor about you. To really exaggerate.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or false. Just to tell you that you need to be aware that you can be targeted indirectly by the opposite sex.
Yeah.
And you need to let your man or your woman be the one to advise.
Yeah.
And when he advises, leave the matter. Follow that advice.
Wow.
And you better hurt the world to protect your marriage than to say, no, let me interrupt them gradually. I don't want to tell them no directly, lest I hurt. When you become married, when you're committed with your partner, take the risk. And for my mentor, I picked that. I said, I think that's a good risk to take. Say, I'm not saying she's perfect, but I'm saying when it comes to these games, let her lead the way.
All right.
And he said, without me having to ask her to do the same with me, I realized that's what she does. She will ask for my opinion about a certain behavior she has watched about a certain guy, and what I advise. That's what she follows. No further discussion. I'll ask follow-up later. Oh, what happened? From the time you advised, I dropped it. And it could be a guy who was offering a job or business, but the behavior is a little bit innocuous, and when you ask her, say, okay, some people are fantasy. I think he's just in his fantasies. She will drop that business opportunity if it is taking that at all on overthinking. Is this genuine? Is it not genuine? Where are we going? Am I just if we get to that realm of question? No, I'm not there.
No, this conversation is just getting deeper and deeper, and I feel like not ending it. But
I know.
I wish we could just learn these things before we get married.
Correct.
I wish we could have all these tips, or have people who can teach us these things before we get into traps. Let me call them traps.
True.
Because this is something you'll get into, and it's like it's a lifetime sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. The insights are so amazing. I wish we could all get the books from Benjamin Zulu, because he's such a good author. Thank you so much, viewer, for being with us. It has been an amazing conversation. Let us get these good insights before we get into the trap.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin